Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. We're back, baby. You'll find us on Inner City Press on X. And without getting into all the specifics, let's just say the first story we came roaring out with was a challenge filed to JP Chase's various expansion applications and branch closing applications based on the Epstein files, as well as debanking. Now, on the Epstein files front, here in the Southern District of New York, after the passage of the law, it's the Epstein Files Transparency Act of 2025, citing that law, the Department of Justice has now asked for a second time to unseal the transcripts in the Unsealing Maxwell case. That's before Judge Engelmeyer was assigned to him after Judge Nathan went upstairs to the Second Circuit, and also to Judge Berman. Now, Judge Engelmeyer yesterday issued an order setting a briefing schedule for unsealing those transcripts. We'll be covering that. Of course, that's the least of it. The transcripts may be the least of it. How much is going to be released? Where will it lead? Now, we've been urged online, now that we're back in that capacity, to be looking at several other banks, Deutsche Bank, UBS, and we are actually looking at all of them. UBS is actually trying to move into the United States. And Fair Finance Watch has commented to the U.S. Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. They face a big test on this debanking thing because they've made a big deal that they're against debanking. And JP Chase has been accused of just that recently. And so we'll see whether they mean what they say or they're basically in the pocket of these big guys. Yesterday, before restoration, so as Matthew Lee ICP on that account, we live tweeted the Alexander brothers proceeding. This was a really pretty graphic. They were talking about which witnesses' evidence can come in. It's a lot of witnesses, and whether it would come in as part of the conspiracy or just as 413 evidence. They described some pretty nasty behavior, but also, you know, it had the Hamptons and the hotel rooms in Vegas. It's going to be a hell of a trial. We will be covering it. We will be covering it. It emerged, I think, of interest of maybe a larger audience by Mark Agnifilo. Mark Agnifilo, the lawyer for one of the Alexander brothers, and also, along with his wife, Karen Friedman Agnifilo, representative of Luigi Mangione, said next week, beginning December 1, there's a multi-day suppression hearing in the state case against Luigi Mangione. He said, Your Honor, we can't do it on Tuesday because it's still going to be going in state court because the government, the state, Alvin Bragg, says that they have 28 witnesses and body cam footage. Now, a lot of the Luigi crowd were like, 28 witnesses. Others said, you know, sure, if you have in like people from the McDonald's, people from the hostel, I don't know. We will be doing it, and it will be on Inner City Press. We're back, baby. We're also, in fact, on the UN front, we're not back. We're banned from the United Nations just for reporting, a totally corrupt organization, exempt from the First Amendment and any other kind of legal opportunity. Not just about journalists. They did it. They killed people in Haiti with cholera by bringing it negligently with Nepalese peacekeepers, and they never paid a penny. Never paid a penny. And they do the same thing to young children in the Central African Republic and the DRC. You can check it out. So we report on that. But today we woke up to found the UN experts, who of course never talk about the UN's own sins, but they had a death count. And oops, they inflated it. They inflated it by a power of 100%. And they said, sorry. But, so those are the UN experts for you. In any case, we're going in. There's more cases than you can shake a stick out here on Inner City Press on X. We're back, baby. To be continued.